All right.
All right.
Let's go. Next statement.
Our next statement is, I like being a creator.
All right.
I like being a creator.
All right.
All right.
Hold on. Okay. Okay. I said strongly agree.
I just said strongly agree.
Stonk agree.
Stonk agree.
I mean,
I think we can all say.
I think we have to remember as well, and the viewers as well, is that we're obviously very, I think it's fair to say that we're pretty successful at being creators, and so it allows us a lot of freedom, and we get pretty good money too. We do okay, so I think it's hard not to enjoy it when it can kind of accommodate your life and you like making stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, like, I can definitely see. I think at least with our field of work, I think it's so important on how you as a creator, like, kind of treat what you make and what you do, because there's a lot of creators, who view it very much in like a corporate setting. Maybe they join like a big company YouTube channel or whatever, and they're basically put into the corporate field, but they're still technically creators.
Someone just said, "I love being rich."
I love being rich. It's great.
I mean, you have to when you talk about your job. Obviously, one of the things that is a very important thing about your job is how much you get paid, right? If you're something you're doing all your life, obviously it's not the main thing, but it's it helps when you like something and then you also get paid pretty well.
There's obviously demerits of being like, well, you're your own boss, you have to make your own schedule, and if you fuck up, then that's all on you. All the responsibility is all on you, right? And what you put out into the world, whether you like it or not, is going to be the image that the entire world is going to see you in. So that's like very stressful for a lot of people. But I think if you navigate it the right way and you know what you're doing, or you have a better understanding of what you're doing, then I think it's a very rewarding job. Was that too serious? Or
I just don't want to go back to the BBC. I mean, it's not that deep for me.
Also in my case, I'd be unemployed. Straight up. I didn't get a job at McDonald's, bro. Do you think I'd be able to fucking work at corporate?
I mean, ultimately, I think we all like what we do, and that's very helpful.
Yeah.
But also, as somebody said in the chat, it's better to be rich and depressed than poor and depressed. I think that's very true.
I mean, I've been doing this for long enough where I wasn't successful that I've been doing it for long enough. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. I don't know.
I mean, like, I think all of us wouldn't do this if we hated it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think obviously it's the nice Venn diagram, and I think it's one of those things where you talk about work and what you do, and especially because we're creators, it's kind of impossible not to have to acknowledge it that a lot of creators do get paid pretty well. And I think that
a lot of creators also don't.
Yeah, a lot of creators don't. I know. But I think for us to talk about it, it would be disingenuous for us to not be like, hey, obviously it's easier to enjoy it and to think you're doing the right thing when you're like, I also get paid pretty well. Yeah. I'm not. That's not me trying to be like, oh, I make money. It's like, no, I'm just I'm trying to be real.
I also think the really big merit on creators or like this kind of job field is that you kind of get a choice on what kind of skills you want to learn. Because it's like if you're working at a corporate job, most of the time there's a set list of like what kind of skills you need to get better at that job or fucking keep that job at all. Whereas with creators, it's like you can kind of choose what kind of life skills or like technical skills you want to learn to improve what you want to make, right? So you kind of get that freedom. So in a lot of ways, if you choose to, you can kind of just, get better at something that you're genuinely interested in.
Yeah, it feels like the most, like at least being a creator, it feels weirdly like being in an RPG sometimes because you're like, you kind of immediately get results for like learning skills that you can apply. They help buff you, make you better at what you do.
Buff you.
I got that creator buff, bro.
Yeah.
And also, I'll be real, being able to take a break is an extreme luxury that we have and that I really, really value, that we can just be like, hey, maybe I don't want to work today. Like, that's huge.
He said you're a streamer, so that's never going to happen.
Have I ever taken that? Fuck no, I haven't. But the fact that I can, if I want to, I really like.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone wouldn't want to be a creator. There are complaints about it. There are negative sides of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I think
there's a reason why a lot of kids want to do what we do.
Every day people will Connor's balding or make a little keg W. I'm like, yeah.
Are you okay, bro?
Wipe away the tears, bro. It's fine.
No, I'm kidding. Obviously there's some downsides, but you deal with it. You deal with it.
It's okay, Connor.
Yeah.
You have money.
Yeah.
I'm going to Turkey, boys.
I mean, it's like, the question is, though, like, you guys are talking about like the financial side of it a lot. So,
Well, yeah, I think that's just because I think it's again.
I think that's an
Of course-
unignorable aspect.
No,
of it.
of course, there is an aspect to that. But
like
are you saying that you wouldn't do it if you weren't as successful as we are now?
What do you mean? Sorry. No, I would still be doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
I would have been happy making just enough to get by doing Sebastian prank calls.
I mean, we did that for like a very long time.
I did.
So-
I
do
would.
that.
I would still.
But
be
I would have been happy
making-
being at that for a long
Yeah,
time.
I would
Yeah.
still be making YouTube videos while also having a regular stable job. But
Yeah.
I would be doing it just as like a hobby.
Yeah.
Because, that's how I fucking started.
Yeah,
what
I
I
mean,
do in the first place.
The reason why I kept talking about it is because obviously the viewers are going to think, "Wow, look at these guys." Yeah, of course they fucking love it because So I'm trying to be real about it and be like, yeah, you can make good money, but
Yes.
also let's genuinely talk about it in an open setting. At least you're bold and okay. Thanks. All right. Thank you.
Just like Bezos, bro.
He's super villain bold.
I'm looking forward to your super villain.
No, we wouldn't. Yes, you would. I read comments. I know.
All right. Yeah. Let's go next. How many statements? do we
Next
have?
question.
We have done around. Was it?
Because I feel like we've been talking a lot.
We've
per
done 6.
statement. Holy fuck, we're still-
done
Well, we
6.
can call it whenever we feel.
Yeah, we can call it. We can make a part 2 of this if because we didn't know how long we'd be chatting for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very deep.
Well, how long have we been doing this segment for?
Welsh basic. Bro, I'm just trying to be real with you, chat.